Alrighty, I made it. I changed my camera perspective, so I need to be looking directly here because I am using my webcam versus my computer. So you'll see me glance off like I am right now. How is everyone? I know it's been a while, and I'm gonna have to glance because I need to see for comments and for anyone who wants to have a reading, and I hope this doesn't disconnect. I hope this doesn't disconnect. 22 zines. Yes, you do see. So, for those who are new, my name's Amy. Go by the Mystic Rose Tarot, and this is my scene stealer. This is Spirit. Um, where I am, I'm in Oregon, and we're getting a heat wave in my area. We've been over 100 degrees. Yesterday we got to 110, and we are in day 4 of, I think, another 2 more days of this heat. So we haven't been able to get out the 90s except at night. So I want to thank everyone who's coming in and just giving you an update as to the weather here. My familiar spirit. And let me check in and see who's here. Nancy, hi. Really good to see you. Yeah, it's just been really hard to get a schedule, and I wanted to be on time today, but without going into the long of it, I'm getting the property that I live on right now is undergoing new ownership, and so the previous landlord here was going to be coming over to do some work, and I was waiting, and he texted me that he still has a lot of other things to do. So he said, just go ahead, do the YouTube, and he'll come by later. So in the meantime, while I was doing that, I was trying to sort out the technical issues and getting this camera angle right. So you'll see me again veering off because I'm looking at the comments here. Ellen R., how are you? And so I'll be doing readings, but I think for the first part of this, I just want to talk and catch up with people. I've been a casual, quiet watcher for a while, and I am happy to catch a live stream to say hello properly. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think the streak of heat that we're getting here may be a record. The town that's next to me, about 14 miles away, has been around 110 to 115 the last few days. And after 105, it really doesn't feel it's hot, but after you reach that level, you can't tell the difference. 22 zines. Wesley, nice to meet you. Fatima, hello, Fatima. Wow, wonderful to see everyone out here. This is a wonderful surprise. Of course, Nancy, of course. More than happy to do a reading. So for those who are coming in, I think it's been about 2 or 3 months that I've done readings online. It's been 2 months that I was here last, and I had my guests, Julie Kusia Watts, Patrick from the Living Wheel, and Robin, all astrologers and who work with tarot. So I don't know, get everyone up to speed. If you do have questions, let me know. I have 3 decks here, and nothing predictive, nothing third party. Please remember, these questions should be about you, not about someone else. I've been reading at this shop part-time ever since I moved to this part of Oregon, and it's been wonderful, and I feel like I have I have a routine in a sense when it comes to doing my readings, and it's pretty much part of who I am. So I do make it clear, no third-party readings, no nothing predictive. All about you and how I can best guide you. Um, let's see here. I would also love a reading if you have time and are so. Yes, I am inclined. So I'll probably be here for about 2 hours. And I think some of you will be going to bed somewhat soon. So for people who are on the East Coast, I'm going to do your readings now. For those who are requesting a reading, let me know what time zone you're in or what state you're in. So if it's getting late for you, because right now it's almost 10 to 6, it's almost 9 o'clock, I want to do those readings for you so that you can go to sleep with some energy and some guidance that you could bring into your subconscious and into your dreams. This is so hard. I'm going to keep looking off to the side, and people are going to be wondering why am I ignoring you? You have the Arethiel. I actually brought the deck out, Nancy, because I know a week ago I was feeling, and I think it was when our moon was in Pisces, I was feeling a little shadowy. I was feeling a little bit on the darker side of things, which is fine for me, being double water. And I pulled a few cards, and it was interesting. And this is almost coming up. It's almost a year, not quite. In 2 months, it'll be about a year since my father passed away. And a year ago, this month in July, I did a large tableau and a large tableau reading. So a grand tableau is basically when you're using a large portion. Normally it's the entire tarot deck, 78 cards. But because of where I was at, I didn't have a large table, so I used half the deck, and I basically gave me a reading for the year. And I need to go back and look at it. But last year, this month, a month before I got the call that my father was in dire straits with his health, I decided to do a grand tableau reading. And it basically, like around 32, 36 cards, it gave me a bypass overview, going over, under, through things that would happen from that time of that reading. And I did see some shifts, but I didn't think they were going to be happening so fast in lieu of my father's illness and then passing away a month later. Okay, so let me see here. I have Ellen. Yeah, 22Z and Zachary, or not Zachary, Wesley. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it very much. I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm learning from them. Hopefully they're learning a little bit from the readings that I'm giving to them. It's very good. This past week I had a complicated reading that was a little bit more politically centered, with this particular person I was reading for. Not about the presidents, but just more or less the state of the world. And this individual was concerned for their own well-being, for their belongings. This person felt like they were out of control of what was going on around them. And it was hard. She was really looking for a bright spot, and she can make that happen. When you read for someone, you have the power to turn these circumstances around. It's just a matter of how much work you want to do for it. And that's something that when it comes to doing readings, are you willing to do the work? Don't come here with expectations. Okay, you come here for guidance. Guidance means you're listening to some insight, a different perspective of what you're seeing or feeling about something. But if you want to change your scenario, you got to do work, plain and simple. Okay. Ellen, let me see here. I would love a reading about getting a new job. I've been applying, but Have not received an offer. I'm in New York City. Okay, Eastern time. Got it. Um, 22, Salem, Mass. And I'd love a reading when you have a chance. Feel free to do others first, though. Okay, got it. Emerald Buddha, how are you? Emerald Buddha, this wonderful viewer has the most colorful emojis, and I'm always curious what she's going to pop up um, with in the comments. Some beautiful, colorful emojis. So Emerald Buddha, wonderful to see you. So let's see. Thank you. Yes, so I do accept donations for readings. They're not forced upon, but I do appreciate it because this is part of my livelihood. I do some other things as well, but the support is wonderful for this as it goes towards my practice when it comes to decks, tools. And this is also segueing into what I want to say next. I'm going to probably redesign my website, and I may make a change with the name of my moniker that I go by in social media. And it's something I'm thinking about. It's a name that's pretty, I feel, generic. Mystic Rose Tarot, no disrespect, but there are, I think, around 2 or 3 other Mystic Rose Tarots. Either they have an underline or they have some form of a twist, but still uses the name Mystic Rose Tarot. And it's bothering me because I feel I'm losing viewers and people that I read for when I tell them I have a YouTube channel because they could be going to the wrong Mystic Rose Tarot. So I'm looking at that. I need to find a name that is pretty straightforward in the sense, but something that's also very unique. So that will, between now and the end of the year, I'll just say that much. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for, some growths, but also, if someone is ripping off, I'm not saying they're ripping off, but I just said it. If they're using another person's name in a similar fashion, why can they not be original and just come up with a different name? That's what I don't understand when people create these channels or profiles. You like the name, so you're going to do Mystic Rose Tarot California or Mystic Rose Tarot courses. Why don't you just pick a name entirely different? I don't understand that, and that just shows no lack of creativity and being original. So I'll keep you posted about that. Let's see here. Yes, when I'm going to your channel, they often pop up. Yeah, it's just, I love the name though, because I love roses and I love the meaning of the mystic rose, because the rose is more than the flower itself. The flower of the rose is powerful. It's healing. It's regenerative. It's strong. It's beauty. It's definitely spiritual. It holds so much power, and to change that, it's I don't know. I'll let go of it, because this is about community and bringing people into a place that they can relate to my subject matter, to me, to my readings, to the topics, all of that stuff. So I have some scheming in mind. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. Okay, so let me go into readings. Yeah, it is hot. It is hot. So I have Zachary, or Wesley. I keep calling you Zachary. It's because of the Ley, Wesley. So I'm going to go here in the order of who asked to do a reading first. So I'm scrolling. Nancy, I know you're in a different time zone, but if people start coming in, if you could keep track um, of who's coming in, would be great. Let's see here. Okay, so I have Nancy, Ellen, and then I'm going to do Wesley. And let me write this down. Okay, I'm going to be right back. You could stare at Spirit there. Hi, baby. Oh, I woke you up. Spirit has been my sidekick for the last 4 years, so he tends to pop up in the videos. That's okay. He tends to pop up in the videos, either walking through the shot or meowing in the background. So I'm going to write this down. Nancy, Ellen, Wesley. Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking at a few more comments. I think it's really tough when people have been using certain practice names outside of the, yeah, you know, I could use my name, but I prefer not to. I want to come up with something that is creative but simple, but yet encompasses my interests in the metaphysical, my work, my practice. Let's see, I'm reading what Wesley has here. And then they enter the online space and have to either change their name or share it with others. Yeah, when we all have shared meanings. I agree. I definitely agree. It's okay. There's so many names and creative handles that that I can use. And my practice is always shifting, so I'm really feeling that the Mystic Rose, I could interpret that name into something that really encompasses my practice. So we will see. Okay, so Nancy. I have Nancy, Ellen, and Wesley. Anyone else who would like to have me do a reading? I'm just going to do about 2 to 3 cards. And again, tell me what your question is, what you want me to focus on. So Nancy, if you know already what you like me to focus on, let me know. Donations, if you'd like to leave a donations through PayPal. And Nancy put my name here. I'm going to see if I can, well, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to just put it in caps. PayPal, donations. So start thinking about your questions, Nancy, Ellen, and Wesley. And again, no, whoops, the Rose Mystic at Gmail. Oh. And if anyone wants to ask me a question too, there could be some things that I'm forgetting to share with you. But yeah, working at the shop, still infusing astrology with the tarot. That's basically my staple. And now I'm starting to see a few people doing that, which is great. It really shapeshifts one's reading that you do for yourself and for others. So I really enjoy it. Okay. Energy around me as I follow my spiritual path. Okay. Got that done. I'm going to read with this deck here. And I'm going to show you what this deck is. This deck is the 5th tarot. It's a deck that I got 2 years ago at a trade at Newt's, the Northwest Tarot Symposium, which is going to be taking place in Portland that first weekend in September of this year. the Northwest Tarot Symposium. If you never heard of it, they're doing it again this year, always in Portland. For a while, it was the first month. It was during the second week of October, and then they started changing the date, and now it's September. So it's that first week in September. Okay, let me see I have a chatty question for whenever. Do you align with all? Okay, I will answer that question after I do the readings. Just remind me, okay, Wesley? Because that's a question I could sink my teeth into. So I like that. Okay. I just want to check in with him because he was outside earlier and I was calling for him and he wasn't responding, and then he eventually came and he's just completely exhausted from the heat. All right, so Nancy, let's see about this energy here. So this is the fifth tarot. It's a deck that works with the elements, including the element of spirit. Okay, so let's see. I've been not getting a lot of jumpers. I like the jumper cards now when they fly out. Oh, we got two. I'm going to do that one. One more card. There we go. Oh, this is too easy, Nancy. This is too easy. So Nancy, let me see here. And for those that have a question, put them in caps. Put them in capital letters so that when I glance over, I can see who the question is from. And I'm sorry, I keep glancing away off of the camera here. So Nancy, the two cards that fell out for you. First one here, this is the center. Oops, sorry. I'm forgetting where I am. This is our three of feathers for peace. Okay. So feathers in this deck deals with air. I'm going to move my table over so I'm not leaning so much. So bear with me here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Nancy, I want you to look at this card. Okay, so we're looking at the higher realms of our practice. And it seems like each time that I've done readings for you, everything is just saying for you to stay on this path, stay on the path, continue doing it. You're growing in your practice, you're growing in your understanding of yourself, communicating with people. Okay, I see that you've been doing readings with various people and that you're exchanging thoughts, and that's a massive growth from the time of when we met about 4 years ago. Well, virtually met. Okay, and the feathers are upward. Okay, your practice is something that gives you solace. It gives you this spiritual grounding that you need. And I see it, I see it when you speak and the way that you communicate with people. You're changing, okay? And this is going to be with you for a while. This card here is basically where you are at this time. We got a rainbow shooting through behind the clouds. So we're beginning to see the shifts manifest, but also going onward, reaching up further ahead. The other card I got here, I got two feathers and then I got a major arcana card. Of course, that's going to be out of focus for however long. This is the other card I got, Seeker of Feathers. Okay, seeker of knowledge. We have the hawk that is flying right behind the spiritual warrior, the one who is trying to channel the higher realms, looking for guidance and information. And that actually isn't a creature in the background, like here. This is part of the tool of the seeker. So this is the channeler. Okay, we're using this energy. We're following our energy, how we feel, how we are attaining our knowledge. We're calling on it to guide us further. Okay, and this is where we start. This is where we are at this time. It's a beautiful reading, Nancy, because it's showing the growth. It's showing your growth in stages. In the fifth tarot, the seeker is part of the court cards. There's the seeker, the initiate, the apprentice, and then there's one more that I always tend to forget. But it's the different stages of growth that we go through when it comes to self-discovery. Now, the last card I got here for you, Nancy, is we got the star. Okay, this is ruled by Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius and the star, the energy is the healer. Aquarius is always about the community. They're always seeing the influence of things in a wider spectrum. I feel your practice too, Nancy, is shape-shifting the way that you see things. Obviously, the way that you do your practice becomes part of who you are, personally, spiritually, emotionally, so on and so forth. But it's changing you, and it's changing the way that you used to see things to where you are now. And this is where the star card comes in. The star card is seen as the healer, this inner light that's manifesting outwards, but to people, to those around you. When people speak to you, Nancy, and you give them feedback, there's a natural comfort, there's a natural form of security. I feel that comes with you and from you. And this influence, this Aquarian influence of seeing things in a different way, is where this energy is coming from. So this is your card that is more or less setting the stage for you to continue on your journey. You're right where you need to be, Nancy. And it's an air. It's the element of air, the star, Aquarius. Working with community. Being the leader in this community of influencing change. Through your words, through your knowledge, through your experience. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Fatima. You have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry we started late, but this was the time frame. That was good. But I'm going to be having more content coming up in the coming days, so I'll be working on that. So there we go, Nancy. Okay. You're picking up new ways of your practice, and you're utilizing this. You're taking it to the next level. Okay. The star, the healer. Look at the water. It's nurturing. There's something very touching with you, Nancy, that awakens people. So keep doing the good work. Keep doing the good work. Your rings are spot on as to what is happening with spiritual. You're welcome, and thank you for those roses. Wow, look at those roses. So also too, Nancy, take these cards, the Three of Feathers, Seeker of Feathers, okay? Seeker could be, could relate to the Page of Air, Page of Swords, the Three of Feathers, Three of Air. Now you know, or Three of Swords. The swords are going to read a little differently if you're using the suits of Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. So Nancy, if you want to pull these cards out with a deck, pull out these cards of a deck that deals with the elements, because decks that attribute elements in the minor arcana will read differently from decks that have the Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles, visually and energetically. Okay, so look at what decks you have, and I know you have a lot. Look at the decks that deal with the elements, okay, earth, air, fire, water, and look for maybe Three of Air, or if there is something Three of Feathers, pull that out. Seeker of Feathers, or Page of Air. Look at those cards, and those should work for you. Okay, and again, we have the Star card. Okay, which is sending you further to where you are. Yes, so these are the 5th. I'm going to write it here. 5th Tarot, and I had the creators on my channel last summer in July, and they have a new edition, not a new edition, but they have a reprint of this deck. These are the backs. I don't have the box because it was a straight trade, and it was just the deck itself in a handmade tarot pouch. But there is a book that goes with it. The book is wonderful. It relates to the Kabbalah energy, spirit energy, the cosmos, elementally, alchemy. This deck holds everything that I need. And I tend to read with this deck for people who I think need some more connection spiritually to where they need to be. Okay. So it's the 5th Tarot, and I'm seeing here. No, I don't. The book's upstairs. The 5th Tarot by Teresina and Martine Balkans. I think I misspelled the name, but it's the last name. I think it's Bacons or Balkans or Balkans. Okay, so there you go, Nancy. Okay, Ellen, let me know if you're still here. I appreciate everyone's patience because I don't rush through readings. If you are pressed for time, for those that I am reading for, let me know if you just want to have like 1 or 2 cards. Maybe I'll just do it from here on in. Maybe I'll just do 2 cards just to make it easier. Okay, all right, Ellen. So let's focus on the work. Let me see here, or for career. Getting a new job. I've been applying, but I've not received an offer. Okay, I'm going to read with this. Oops. So I'm going to read with this deck. Oops. This is called the Lumina Tarot. Came out almost 10 years ago. Wow, cannot believe. This is the 2nd or 3rd edition, I think I got of this. The creator did do a reprint of this, but there's one person, I don't think he has a YouTube channel anymore, and I won't say the name of the person, who did not like the quality of the reprint and vocalized the disappointment in the deck and publicly. And so there's a little bit of conflict between this YouTuber and the creator about the reprint of this deck. And as far as I know, I don't think the deck ever got reprinted again. So if you could find it, it's the Lumina Tarot by Inner Hue. If anyone wants me to write it in the chat, I will. Okay. So, Ellen, let's see this energy here for you. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing anything predictive. All right, just so you know, nothing predictive here. Let's just see where you need to focus on regarding just getting this ideal job for you. Okay. Let me scroll down here. All right, so I will look at comments after I'm done with the reading, but feel free to still communicate. Okay, let's see for Ellen. Ellen, keep breathing for me. Okay, just check your body as you're watching me shuffle cards. Are you tense? If you are tense, where are you holding that tension? Let it go. Unlock your fingers. Uncross your feet. Remember to breathe. Very important. Because I can feel that when I have someone in front of me and I'm doing readings for them. I'm like, you got to breathe because it's not helping me with the reading. Oops. Okay. This is a thick card stock for this deck. So let's see. Jumper, jumper, jumper. Okay. Okay, this one underneath here. It's bending under my hand. I make a face because this one card that just flipped over for me has been showing up in quite a few of my readings when I use this deck. So when I see a card like that show up, okay. Oops. I take it as a lesson for me. Okay, one more. Okay. All right, we'll do this one. Swords. Let's see our first one. Cups. Okay. So the first card here, I'm going to do it like this. This is the first card that came out. This is my last one. Okay. So, Ellen, what we're focusing on here for work, and this is almost natural to come up in a reading. I got here the Knight of Swords. Okay. The Knight of Swords is ruled by the sign Gemini. And we are currently in the sun sign of Gemini, sidereally speaking. And I want you to look at this card here. Okay. I feel this is when you look at this card, I want you to look at everything. Okay. Look at the execution of this person who's doing this scorpion-like pose, but holding the sword. There is such skill here. Focus. Okay? Skill, focus. This is what we need, or we need to emphasize more when it comes to communication. Okay? And that's what Gemini is all about. Gemini is about the love of exchanging information. Okay? When it comes to these interviews that you're doing, ask yourself, do you feel that you are focused and you're executing your answers in the way that could potentially get you that job. Okay, you may have to make some changes in that. Maybe there is something lacking that you're not being as clear during interviews. Okay, I'm not saying that you're not being professional, but again, look at this. I think the interviewer wants to see skill. They want you to impress them. And this is a falcon. My camera's far away, so if I lean forward, I'm gonna fall off the chair. But this is a falcon. Okay, a very powerful bird. And so this is what I like to see the focus for you when it comes into finding this work. Look at where your weaknesses are, maybe in what you're communicating, how you're communicating, not what you're communicating, but how you're communicating. And you said you're a Gemini and Western, okay. But just to let you know, sidereally, we're in Gemini. Western tropical astrology, we're Cancer, okay. So I don't know your birth date. Your birth date could be a true Gemini, or you could be Taurus, sidereal, or Cancer, depending where in the constellation. But I don't want to get too sidetracked. So look at this. I would suggest, here's an idea, Ellen, maybe videotaping yourself, going into an interview and listening to your voice. Does it sound confident? Does it sound like it's the tone of your voice is something that is going to impress the person that's interviewing you? Remember, the key word, and it's coming to me over and over again as I'm doing this reading for you, is skill. Skill and execution. Okay? You may have to make some change in the way that you are communicating. Okay? And also what you're saying to the person. Okay? And I think if you're going to videotape yourself in that sense, I think it's good to take these notes and see. Also look at your body posture. There's so many things to look at. I've done interviews and I feel like they've gone great and I don't get the job. It's just like, okay, I'm just not the right candidate, which is good, because then that probably means that if I got hired, I could have missed something, and maybe what I thought would be a good fit may not be a good fit. We don't know that too until we go into the job environment. But again, think about your words and maybe change the trajectory of how you are presenting yourself in the interview. This other card here, okay, we got here King of Cups. Okay. King of Cups is ruled, interesting enough, depending on what system, but King of Cups can be seen as either Cancer or Scorpio, but I feel this card is more Cancer. The King of Cups here is someone who emotionally listens. And it doesn't have to be male. It doesn't have to be a masculine person. It could be a woman, but maybe someone who has a female who has maybe strong masculine emotions, in the sense, like a very confidence, very much confident in themselves. But there's a sense of security. And I'm feeling that this energy with this card here is something that will help you. Perhaps when you go into your upcoming interviews, maybe you'll meet someone who is more sensitive to what you have to say, because these are opposing energies. Okay? Look at how precise that is. Okay, the whole movement, the whole execution. Okay, so you saw that card. Now look here. It's like this energy from the Knight of Swords of Gemini is like, okay, impress me with what you have to say. Now this card's almost like, impress me with how you feel about this job, this potential job position. How does your heart and mind feel about this job? Interview, so on and so forth. Weigh those things out. Okay, it's very important. Now, here's the other card. This is our Three of Swords. Okay. I'm feeling with this card that whatever interviews you've gone through, I think this is what I'm feeling right now. I feel that there was an interview that you went to that you really wanted this job, that it was this particular interview was more important than the other ones, and you didn't get it. Okay. Or possibly another way of seeing this is that you wanted to have this job position badly, and maybe you went too much into the interview. You know, there's it's almost a skill in a sense when it comes to doing interviews, because that person doesn't know you. You don't know that person, what they're looking for, who they are, first off. And so, you know, you kind of have to gauge, if you're intuitive, you know, the person's energy. It's like, okay, I feel this person maybe like someone who's a little bit more joyful. So you kind of change the tone of your interview to something that's a little bit more lighthearted and whatnot. And then that may not be what the interviewer is looking for. You know, it's this Three of Swords is like trying to find this happy medium. Okay, because the rose is of the heart. This is something that, mindfully speaking, with the swords here, communicating, since we're going to stick with the energy of Gemini, something may have been said incorrectly, or there's something going on with the way you communicate, Ellen, that I think could be holding you back from getting a particular interview. I don't know. And so I'm feeling here, let's focus. Maybe there's a little bit too emotions involved in it, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's the way your words are coming across. And this isn't a negatory to you. This is just what I'm feeling here with these cards. We need to be a little bit more precise. Not like you're reading from a script, but almost like it's clean. What does a sword do? A sword cuts through and gets to the core of, you know, finding the answers. What is the right way to do this? You know, we don't want to do the wrong way. So in a sense, the more you do interviews, it's good to, and it doesn't hurt, ask some feedback. Ask, why did I not get this interview? Was it my approach or whatnot? And I think for the most part, you can get a reply back from the person that either interviewed you, or the person who sent notes about the interview to their boss, and maybe they can give some feedback. But I think if you got some guidance in that area, that can help you. That will probably give you some understanding. But if you don't get any feedback, it's just kind of time. It's probably time just to kind of look and you know, see what I've been saying. So I'm getting a really strong sense of the way that we're communicating. And I think if you come across clearly with your words and you have this confidence, I think emotionally, this King of Cups influence, this Cancer influence, someone will pick up on that, and they would see that, you know, okay, she knows the requirements of this job, and she has the skills, and I think and I feel that she can do this position. Okay, we have to convince the person that we're having this interview mentally that they're secure in hiring you, and also emotionally they have to trust when they hire you. Okay. And the market is so strange right now when it comes to interviews. You don't know what it takes to get hired. It's like, okay, you felt like you did a good job, but you didn't get it. And then it's like, what are these people looking for, in the job? So it's the Three of Swords, this Knight of Swords. This is definitely the focus. Okay. And this King of Cups. Okay. I feel there's the security of feeling that you are connecting to the person who's trying to fill this position, heart and mind. Okay, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Okay, let me see. Okay, Ellen, thank you so much. Thank you. So let me see what we have here. Ellen, I'm breathing. Okay. I've done a few interviews, but I can't say that there was one I really wanted. Okay. Well, maybe that's it. That's the other thing too, is that if we're going into an interview because we need the money, then you could probably sense that from the person who is interviewing you. We have someone who's gone through numerous candidates for interviews, and they just want someone to fill in the position. It's a money job. It doesn't require a lot of skills, but they're just not finding the right person. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a money job, like something that no, I can't say that almost anyone can get, but it has to be the right person. Okay. But if it's a position that's CEO or business or corporate or anything like that, that's when you need to shine. You gotta turn it up even more. Because there's a lot at risk with the company hiring someone. There's the money, there's the job position, there's the training. They want to make sure that whoever they hire, this person's going to stick around for a while, And there's always in the interviews, they're like, are there any questions that you have about this? And that's something you have to think about too, because if you ask a question to them, like say, oh, what are the benefits? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but depending on the interviewer, that may lean the interviewer to think, okay, this person's a little bit more inclined towards the money aspect and less than in the position. But depending on the question that you ask, I think if you ask about benefits, it's valid. You need to know about that. A couple of jobs I really did want did not interview me. Okay. I will work on my presentation. Okay. I think too, Ellen and Wesley, let me know if you're still here. I think you are, because I've seen the comments. I think it's important too, like I was saying, the jobs that you want, you really didn't get called into an interview. I remember, I'm going to share this really quickly. I remember applying for a job for Apple, the Apple store. And they had different positions, and I applied for 2 different ones. And I think it was the third time. It's the third interview that I had gone in, different locations. But the third interview, there's these different tiers. I think there's 4 tiers of interviews. This last interview that I did, I got to the second tier, where instead of a group of people that they interview, you get put into clusters back then, and then they narrow it down. This one I got narrowed down to, I think, like 3 people, and we were interviewed. And I only made it to the second tier, and they ask about problem solving, so on and so forth. And at that point, I figure, okay, this is my 3rd attempt. If I don't get it, I'm just not going to do it. It's just not meant to happen. At least the opportunity to go to the next level and to see if there was that potential to continue on in the tiers, was there, you know. But again, it's who these companies are looking for. So look at that, you know, look at these different things, okay? Maybe the job that you don't want ends up being the job that surprises you, and it leads you into something that you weren't expected to do. You know, you may do a job working in the healthcare industry, you're not really into it, but you have the skills and you have the background for it. But you go into this industry and then something happens and you end up running like something holistic. You decide that you see what the industry is like and you're like, you know what, I want to do my own holistic business. You know, there are all these offshoots. So if you do get hired in a position that may not be what you want, consider the experience that you may get from it. Okay, it may open up to something else. Okay. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. So just be optimistic, you know. And also, if you feel like you've been doing a lot of interviews back to back, maybe take a time out and maybe take a break from doing interviews, because then after a while it gets tiring, you know. You do so many interviews, I'm like, I'm not getting hired, you know. Is it me? What's going on? That's a good time to just do like a check-in and just see about the direction. Again, look at your presentation, okay? Because I feel the communication part is something that needs to be worked on based on these cards and the energy that I was picking up on. Okay. Black Magic Society. Hi, Lady Capera. How are you? Thank you for checking in and saying hi. You've changed your name. So here we have Black Magic Society, who used to have a different handle. And that's a name that I would think was already taken, but it looks like, Lady Capera, you nailed it. You got the full name, Black Magic Society. Unless there's Black Magic without the K, and it's just Black Magic C Society. Who knows? You are welcome, Ellen. Of course, Brandy Bernard, hi, how are you? Good evening to everyone. Ellen, let me know. Feel free to let me know how things turn out. No pressure if if I don't virtually see you again, but I always ask people that I do readings for, let me know how things do turn out. If things don't turn out great, or, I'm here for you. I'm here for those who ask for readings. I really am, and I don't have like 100,000 subscribers, so I can spend all the time I can, as long as I don't expend my energy out to those who want to ask some more questions about the reading. Okay. Excellent. So Wesley, you are next. Okay. You asked me a question a while back. Are you able to copy and paste it and let me know what you asked me about? I know it's something regarding my stance on a certain metaphysical practice. Let me see here. It has two meanings. Well, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, Lady Capera. This was the chatty question. Okay. Is this the question that you just wanted to ask me personally, or is this, well, here, let me look. Okay, no, this is related to the tarot. I thought you had it already, Nancy. I thought you had it. I thought you already had this deck. Just for fun, typing out my reading question now. Okay, got it. You're going to love it, Nancy. I think this could be your deck, the Fifth Tarot. See if you can get the book as well. or if you want just, I don't know if you ordered the book and the deck together or just the deck. If you got the deck itself, you could probably practice on it intuitively. But when I got this deck, I had to get the book because there's just so much information in these cards. I definitely had to get it. Okay, the book comes with it. Sorry, Spirit. Sorry. Okay, so let me see here. Anyone else who wants readings, let me know. I'm going to be here for a little bit longer. Let's see here, 22. Okay, I'm going to scroll through these comments quickly, and then Wesley, I'm going to answer your question. This helps. It's like to write down the names of everyone. Brandy, let me know if you would like me to do a reading for you, or if you had a question. I'm here for everyone here in the chat. Okay. Okay, so I saw your question here, Wesley. Let me see. Whenever you do a line with the traditional Golden Dawn astrological association. Oh, you're asking me, do I align, or do you prefer building your own Okay, thank you for that question. I need to have a basis. Most of the decks, because I like to work with traditional base decks. So when you mentioned about the traditional Golden Dawn associations, they only work with 7 planets. There's the deck by Attila Kapothy called the Unified Esoteric Tarot. He created this deck that encompasses all 10 planets. And so when he created that particular deck, Attila had to modify the placements of what we normally would know the signs to be associated with. So the signs and the planetary associations in his deck, because they take in the modern planets, had to shift. And it's a deck that it almost looks like flashcards, because he puts information alchemically about it. He puts the tree, there's a section for the tree of life where it's broken down in association, I think, to the court cards. Then he does the decans for the minor arcana. He has the astrological signs. It's one of the first astrological inspired decks and Kabbalic decks that I got during lockdown. When I got this deck, I'm like, this is it. So, so when I got that deck, it just changed everything for me, you know. Hi, Cosmic Orphan. Yes, you do have a question, Brandy. Okay, so to answer your question, I stick to the traditional, but I have a deck here. Yep. A Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. And you can't see it there, and it's also reading backwards. It's by Lily Ashwell. Okay, so it's a Heavenly Bodies Astrological Tarot deck by Lily Ashwell. And this deck is broken down by the houses, by the signs, by the planets, by the aspects, conjunction, opposite. She even created yin yang. She even created earth, air, fire, water. So you can do a full astrology reading with this deck. And so I use this deck when it comes to doing the astrological weather. Okay, so like right now, I have the cards laid out for our Sun in Gemini, which is currently in the 8th house. We have a lot of Cancer energy right now in Venus, Mercury, and the Moon. So the Moon right now is all in Cancer, which is appropriately placed, because the Moon is a planet that rules Cancer. Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. We just entered Venus in Cancer. So there is a lot of this energy, and it's also in the ninth house. The ninth house represents our spiritual growth. What are some of the shifts that are happening inside? And I'm feeling this right now. This is such a wonderful placement. So anyone, Cancers, happy birthday to the tropical Western Cancers. In sidereal astrology, we will be moving in from Gemini to Cancer on July 14th. So we have another week, and then we go into Cancer sidereally. So, but we're still in Gemini. So this is an energy right now that is all about our intuitive self and how we're communicating and how we're feeling. It's a wonderful placement. So with that being said, I do start off traditionally, especially with the Tabula Mundi tarot deck. And MM Moline just successfully funded the new deck that'll be coming out in October, the Telos Tarot of 777. It's based on Aleister Crowley's book of 777. But that deck, the Telos Tarot, focuses on the decans. So imagine a tarot deck created involving the energy and the meanings of the decans. And that is something very exciting. This is one of the cards, not from from Telos, but this is from the Tabula Mundi. Just beautiful. I'm a latecomer to this deck, but hey, better late than never. And these are the backs, they're holographic. And so she's planning on creating some similar aspects to the design elements of the cards, but focusing more on the decans, which I'm really, really excited about. I did back it, and October is the set release for it. Okay, I'm gonna shut the AC off. Okay, 99 degrees, it's dropping at 7 o'clock. Okay, let me see here. I'm going back to, let's see here, the chat. Everyone, thanks for your patience. Yeah, Cosmic Orphan. Yeah, we're all family. We cross paths in many different channels, so it's great to see everyone here. Let's see. It's so good that when a deck system becomes so inspirational like that. Yeah, I mean, especially the Tabula Mundi, which got a lot of attention when it came out because it was a deck that is Doth inspired, but it put everything. I felt what the Tabula Mundi did to the Doth tarot is it made it less abstract. Okay, because when you look at the Doth tarot, there's some abstract imagery, and that's good as well. But I couldn't work with the Doth after a while. I handed down that deck, and then when I came across the Tabula Mundi, I didn't like it at first because it wasn't where my practice was and where my intuitiveness was. But now this deck is like, it's on my table here. I'm going to be creating some videos around this deck coming up. So I'm going to be going into some heavy hitting information on using the Tabula Mundi. I already did the major arcanas, but now I'm going to work through the minor arcanas. I'm going to work with the planets using this deck. So this is wonderful. I can't get my eyes off of it because it's right here. Okay, let me see here. Brandy, it's all about my spiritual path. Okay, I am a reader of tarot palms. What's tarot palms? I've never heard that before. Now I'm connecting with past over loved ones for people. I want to know how I connect with the past over. Okay. I think I understand that question, but Wesley, I should get to your question. So Brandy, I have Wesley first. He was next in line. And then Brandy, I will do your question. Again, if you'd like to leave a donation, it's if you go to the description of this episode, it's my email address and it's through PayPal. And if you scroll up, you'll see it's therosemystic@gmail.com. And now I'm going to probably start getting spammed because I said it. Whatever. um, let's see here. And soon, yes, you got 3 of the telos. Wow. Wow. You're the super funder. You're one of the people that I think they're called super funders or super donator. I don't know. Okay, you're eating pizza. It's okay. Let's see here. Know what they say once you go. Yeah, know what they say once you go. If you don't go back. Palm reading. Okay. You had tarot palm. I'm like, I've never heard of a tarot palm reading. I could see it happening. I just never heard it like that. Great. Thank you, Steve. Let's see, Nancy. Oh, Nancy, thank you so much. That is sweet of you. Thank you. Okay, so Nancy, I did have this reading with Wesley before Brandy posted her reading. So Wesley, for the reading, I would love to know what is blocking me in my writing and creative life, and how can I regain my confidence in writing? Okay, so then Brandy, I'm going to put here Brandy next. Okay, I hope we don't get swords for you, Wesley. I want to read this. So I'm going to read with all 3 decks. Does anyone know this deck? Does anyone know this deck? Widely popular deck. Okay, so let's see, Wesley. Oops, there goes one card. Okay. I'm going to start this over here because I didn't have a good grasp on it, so that doesn't count. Okay, Wesley, so let's see where our blocks are, or what we can do to remove and ignite this energy for your writing. Okay. Okay, so keep breathing for those that I do readings for. Here's our first card that flipped over. Okay. We have another one. Whoa. Okay, I think I'm going to have to pick, nope, this one. One more. Do this one. Put here. And everyone who's still watching here with me, I know it's 10 o'clock at night on the East Coast. Oh my God, there's 2. Okay. Okay. So the first card that I pulled out, I didn't know there was another card underneath it when I grabbed it. And so I'm going to read through this quickly so I can spend time. Let's see, Brandy and then Gloria. Okay, let me see where Gloria is. Gloria. Okay, thank you for joining in, Gloria. Please be patient with me because I spend time when I do my readings. Okay, so if you have to go, just let me know. All right, so Wesley, let me just tell you, you got 1 major arcana card, you have an ace card, you have a cup card, and then underneath that cup card was another card. Okay, so there's some stuff going on here. Oops, I keep going here to the computer. I got here 10 of cups. Okay. Correct, well, unknown. So Wesley, 10 of cups, look at this, look at the energy here. Look at the card. You love to write. You really love this. There is so much joy and there is so much release and fulfillment that comes to you when it comes to writing. I mean, I like how these cups are just all this energy, earth, air, fire, water is coming out of these cups and going into another and just going back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Capera. Thank you. Yeah. And so there is much joy for you when it comes to writing. And if you don't enjoy writing, I think that's not the case. There is something that comes to you for writing. Now, the card that was underneath this, Wesley, I got the Son of Swords. Okay. Now, astrologically, this is related to Gemini, which would be the equivalent to the Knight of Swords. Okay. But look at this. Look at this energy. We had the water. Okay. I almost want to say with this card, Wesley, if you were writing something right now, I think you were at the tail end of it. And I don't know if I'm feeling this correctly. You're at the tail end of it, but you may have hit this crossroads right now. I think there's so much exuberance, excitement about what you're writing if you are writing something right now. And I think this joy or this excitement is it's kind of blurring this. It's like I can't think clearly because I'm so excited about this. I'm almost done, or something along those lines. Um, but underneath, Gemini, completely different energy. Look at this. I think it's time to take this excitement, like this moment of joy that, maybe it's something that isn't completed, but something that I'm excited I'm doing this, that I think we need to contain this energy and put it more direct. Okay. Gemini, gets right to the point of things. They ask questions. Geminis, I always think of as being the students because they're always asking questions. They want to understand. They want to know. And the way they know is by communicating, to people. And they're always curious. They're the curious ones. But once they get information that is needed, they put it to work. I mean, look at this. There's no feelings in this. This is clearly the mind working full throttle. Okay. And that was underneath this card. Okay. Well, I guess you could see it here. So completely different energies. It feels like elation. Now time to get to the point, get to the next phase of your writing. Time to take it more seriously. Definitely. The other card I got here for you is the Strength card. Okay, ruled by Leo. Okay. Leo is also a card, an energy, or I should say strength isn't, not Leo is a card, but strength. It's also an energy of confidence. And I feeling that this is probably where this block is coming from. You've reached a point, and it's almost like someone who has completed something that has been successful. Everyone was proud about whatever you've completed. Now I'm feeling, Wesley, there's a second part of this that you're concerned about. Like, where do I go with this? I feel good with this part of where I am with my writing. I've completed this, or I'm near completion. but how can I do better? Where can I take this? It could be this question of personal confidence. Okay. And that's natural as an artist, right? We do something that feels good, we look at it, and it's like, okay, how can I do better? We always want to up our game with whatever skills we have. We want to enhance it or we want to change it because we've already gotten to that point of, okay, I've been there, done that. What can I take with the skill, turn it around, and do something different and wow people with it? Don't have expectations. That's the other thing, too. And that's almost natural of any creative to have an expectation of things. And that comes from society, comes for some of us how we were raised, you know. Okay. But I like the ease of this. There's no aggressive energy here with this strength, with this confidence. There's also a knowing. I think you'll know, Wesley, when it comes to your projects, when when it's time to stop, take a break and look back. Maybe this is, I don't feel this is the case here. I don't think you have to take a long break, but I think maybe the blocks here that you're having, those are usually signs to stop for a moment and to just kind of see how you're feeling, how you're thinking about this. And you have to, and that's going to be very crucial because you may peruse back on what you've written and you may not like it and you may want to just toss it and start over again. You have to know where your limitations are and your boundaries if you're going to do something like that. Because if you allow perfectionism to stand in the way of you completing a project, you're going to have to take a chance and just do the best you can and leave it like it is instead of going back and changing it, you know. Virgo, it's like, oh, I don't like this. I went out of the lines in the coloring book. I got to rip this page out and do it. I used to do that. I would finish something. If I went out of the lines, I wouldn't throw a fit, but I'm just like, I'd throw the page away because it was imperfect. It wasn't clean. I've learned to understand that that isn't the way to do it. Um, so yeah, just just have that trust in yourself, okay? And learn that, you will have to take some chances along the way. It may not be perfect. And I don't have a sense of perfectionism in this reading here. Now, the other card I got here, I got Ace of Pentacles. So this is showing me with this card that this is going to be changing. You need to change the way that you write, put it in a different, um, put some different ideas, some different resources. Perhaps write something that is out of your spectrum. Still of interest, but something that you're interested in, but you don't know too much about. Challenge yourself, okay? And I think by challenging yourself, this is going to start opening up. You're going to start being creative. You're going to find creative ways in how to go into your next project, okay? Remember here, the Son of Swords, okay? Be direct with this. And then I think you'll find this joy again because it's something new. It's something that you're exploring. It's like, yeah, this is, I'm happy I did this kind of thing. But here, Ace of Pentacles, hands down, it feels like there is a change, move in a different direction with your writing. Challenge yourself. A block is already challenging, but a block is something that could be, that's already come up in something that you're working on, or the block is something that's there that's not allowing you to move into a new project. And I think that block is because you're used to doing things in a certain way or writing on certain topics. Do something different. Do something different. I think that's where the strength in the Ace of Pentacles comes in. Start challenging yourself. Okay. And then you'll learn something in the process. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Wesley. Okay. Let me know if you're still here, Wesley. Okay. I've been quiet, just absorbing here, but this makes a lot of sense, and I so appreciate it. Okay. Okay. That's totally fine. If you have a tarot deck with you, pull out the 10 of Cups, the Strength card, which is going to be either 11 or 8, depending on what deck you're working on. The Sun of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay. This card was under the 10 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so that Sun of Swords was underneath this card. And then, of course, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And I mean, keep in mind, too, whenever there's a block and you can't move forward, what are you going to do? You're going to have to step back. Okay, and let's say it's a high wall. It's a wall that you can't go over. You're going to have to step back and move in a different direction. Okay. And take that energy that will allow that block to be used in that blocked energy, which is negative, heavy energy, and break it down. That energy will break down that block, and it will emerge into something new. It'll be this. Okay, a new direction. Let's see here. That's what I have for you. That's what I have for you, Wesley. I feel really strongly about this reading for you. Okay. You have it. You have it. It's just that we need to move things differently, different perspective. When you take it, be very clear. Be very clear. Right. I think it's very helpful to consider intentionally making a change rather than just waiting. Oh, no. Yeah. You can't wait for something to happen. You have to take the energy. You have to take the initiative. You have to take action. The Knight of Swords. The Knight and the Court cards, they're action, right? The page is like the beginning. The page is sometimes referred to as almost related to the aces. It's the beginning of something new, but it's personified. Okay. The page is a personification of the aces. The Knight. So we got the page who has, depending on the element or the suit, has the inspiration. The Knight takes the action. And then the Queen or King, we have the emotional maturity and the understanding, the mastering of our circumstances. We took charge, we took control, we did something about it, and we understood, we learned from it. The King and Queen cards are the master cards, feminine energy and masculine energy of that situation. Okay, let me see here. So there you go, Wesley. There you go. And let me know how it goes. Okay, my invite for those that I read, let me know how it goes. Okay. Because everyone has potential. Again, it's just a matter of where you're taking this energy and where you're putting it the most into. It's so important. Okay, so Brandy, let me know if you're here. And then I have Gloria. I think Gloria will probably be my last reading if she is still here. And if you'd like to leave a donation, it is fine to do so. It's through PayPal. It's therosemystic@gmail.com. It's in the description of this episode or of this live. Feel free if you want to leave a donation. If not, it is not forced upon. It is appreciated, though. Okay, so Let's see. Yes, indeed. I've been watching her. Oh, okay. There's a conversation going on about someone or something. Let me see here. Oh, you're talking about me. I'm sorry. It says, I thought you were talking about someone else, and then I saw my name in one of the sentences. I'm gonna just keep scrolling. Okay, so Brandy, let me know if you're here. Anytime, Zachary, anytime. Oh, not Zachary. Um, Wesley. God, where is Zachary coming from? Wesley, I'm giving you a new name. Wesley Zachary. That is so bad of me. I'm sorry. Um, okay, Brandy, you are here. Okay, so Brandy, um, because I've had quite a few people in the chat, can you tell me your question? Okay. Thank you for being lighthearted about it. Wesley Zachary. It's the EY. Okay. Brandy, let me know your question. And Gloria, I'm going to do your reading after Brandy because I want to be in fairness for those who are coming in and put in requests for readings. And I'm sorry about your sister's passing. So I will address your question in a moment. Can you tap into a crossover love? Wow. I have to. I'm not a channeler. Okay. I I don't channel energy specifically, like through spirit or anything like that. Usually I usually do that for myself if it's a personal connection with an individual that I've had that has passed on or entity that has passed on. Um, let me see here. Can you tell me if I'm on the right path? Okay. I feel more comfortable doing that. Okay. Um, so I hope you understand, and I'll address your reading to the direction of your path. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm just going to step away for like 10 seconds. You see spirits just looking. Hi, baby. For those who've known Spirit like from 4 years ago, he's definitely changed. He's gotten so much more quieter, not as wild as he used to be. So he's sitting here patiently. I appreciate that. No, Nancy, it's all good because I saw, but Gloria, if I saw Gloria's as well. But for anyone else who wants me to do a reading, if you can put it in caps, that would be wonderful. Okay, so path work. I'm gonna work with the fifth tarot. Okay, so there's a chance that Spirit's gonna probably make some noise because he just woke up in a sense. Okay, so Brandy, let's see what we have here. Thank you, Spirit. You're so good. Thank you for being good. So Brandy, let's see. Whoa, okay. Okay, so let's just use this card that's facing me right now. Okay. I love shuffling with the fifth tarot. When you get this deck, Nancy, you'll love it. It's bendable cardstock. It's a really nice cardstock. It's not too stiff. It's not too flimsy. It's coated, but it has a nice flex to it. My arthritis has been hard with this heat because it inflames the area here. This is where I have my carpal metacarpal, I think it's what it's called. Okay, we got another one. Fifth tarot, this one. Okay, thank you. Okay, more water. Well, Brandy, someone is speaking in volumes to you. Because while I was shuffling in that first card that flipped face forward for me, it's our High Priestess. Okay. This is your path. Okay, because you say you do tarot, you do palm readings, you're definitely connected to the intuitiveness of who you are in your practice. I'm wondering, are you a water sign? Are you Cancer? I'm feeling Cancer energy. Are you Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio? What sign are you? You are a Cancer? You're Earth? Are you a water sign or an Earth sign? Because I'm feeling Cancer moon energy. You're Capricorn. Okay. Okay, we've got the High Priestess here. Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. Okay. And it is an earth element. Capricorn is interesting because of their Saturnian influence of that planet ruling Capricorn, of limitations, structure, time. Things move very, very slow. But Capricorn, as the sign itself, they are about tradition. They have strong work ethics. They are workaholics. Okay. And I think what I feel happens here is that this is a challenge. Okay. We have Saturn, Earth, and we have Moon energy here. One thing that I noticed with Capricorn before I go to these other cards, and actually I'm going to flip them over right now. Wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. You'll see why I reacted the way I did. Capricorns, because of the restriction, the limitations, the boundaries that sometimes they put on themselves with the Saturn influence and the Earth influence and moving very slowly, it allows Capricorn, Saturn influence, this energy of a spiritual practice moves very, very slowly. It takes longer for this energy to grow. And it's something of where you would probably spend time in certain disciplines of your practice, but not opening yourself to others. Okay, you mentioned tarot and palm reading, but I'm feeling with these cards, you understand with the High Priestess. Okay, you understand this energy of the intuitiveness. And I'm curious if you have Cancer, because, well, first off, the opposing sign for Capricorn is Cancer. And I'm feeling like this is energy that needs to be worked on more. You understand. You understand the High Priestess. You know what she stands for. But I think spiritually, it needs to go a little bit deeper. Okay. To fully understand what you do. Okay. I'm not saying that you don't understand, but I think you need to build your intuition more. We need to have more openness towards receiving this energy instead of spending time in just, one discipline. I think the way you explore and you expand your spiritual practice is you try different things. You try different forms of divination, different forms of spiritual practices. That's where the knowledge comes in. And I feel that you could be, I don't mean this in an offensive way, you could be stuck in these two disciplines and not really, you can't grow any further than that because that's all you know. I think you could grow and know a lot more. Now, the reason why I say this is like, look what card came. This is a card that I got earlier, Seeker of Feathers. This is one of Nancy's cards. Okay. This is the High Priestess, is the esoteric knowledge. It's the knowledge that comes deep in, understanding the meanings and the energies of the tarot, of palmistry, of other forms of divination, crystal energy work. Okay. But I'm feeling right here, you can go deeper. I think you need to go deeper with your practice. And in doing so, this guidance, the seeker of knowledge, I'm not saying that you don't know anything, but I feel that it can be expanded on. The seeker of feathers will allow you to find a guide. This guide could be yourself. Guide, Guide. This guide could be yourself, but in a deeper realm. See what I'm saying? I think there's some growth that is needed. And that once that growth happens, then things start expanding. We're not so much linear and just like, okay, this is what I know and this is all what I want to learn. Here's the other card. Openness, lotus. The lotus is of all-encompassing spirit, working with the energies of earth, air, fire, water, and becoming one. And doing this, and doing so, we have this openness. We have this energy that is expanding. It's creating space. And the space is allowing information, knowledge, things that you need to have, not want, but that you need to have to understand the deeper nuances of who you are even more. These 3 cards are wonderful for you because that's where it's taking you. Okay? I mean, look at the energy of this card. Okay? How do you feel? I smell the smoke from her shell. She's holding like an abalone shell and feather, and there's the moon in the background. And we are in this new moon, or we were in the new moon, and it's in Cancer. This is a wonderful time right now. When I go offline, pull your cards, do whatever. Start taking this energy of the moon in Cancer. Cancer is going really inside and intuitive. Explore that. Okay. And again, our seeker. Start getting knowledge. Take note of things that are changing. What's shifting? Okay. And knowledge. What happens when we have knowledge? Expansion and understanding of ourselves. It doesn't have to be like a big expansion, but there's some opening. And that's what we need, especially with Capricorn. So it's, again, I don't know your chart, but this opposing sign of Cancer is very important for you because it's something that you can learn from. Okay. It's water energy fusing with earth. Water is good for earth as well as air for fire. It fuels, it nurtures. It fuels and nurtures those elements of fire and earth. Okay. Without water, without feelings, we can't grow. These are forms of expression. Without air, we don't have fire. We have a lack of energy. There's no movement. Everything's still. Everything's stagnant. That's why those opposing sources are there to create a momentum. Okay. We have the source, what fuels it, what ignites it, what makes it grow. Okay. I feel like I want to help people connect with crossed over loved ones. You have a Sagittarius moon, lot of water. Okay. Well, it's interesting because Saggy moon, when fire signs are placed in the luminary of the moon, it basically slows down the energy, not like in the Saturnian way, but more emotionally. Because Sagittarius, they're the adventurous, they are the explorers. That's where their heart comes from. They can't keep still. And in a sense, that Sagittarius and Capricorn is good because that kind of gives you this fuel for understanding, attaining knowledge. Sagittarius is always about understanding and knowing deeper what's going on. So that Sagittarius, that moon in Sagittarius is good for you. And understanding and taking this. You have that drive, you have that Sagittarian drive to like, I want to explore, I want to know more about this. So that's where we take that influence. But I'd like you to focus on the Cancer energy, okay? Go out. New moon, as we start waning, is the time that we start building intentions. We're going through the cycle, okay? Intentions, building up intentions. What are our goals? What are we doing to achieve our goals? We get to the full moon, the waxing, the high point. Once we're at that point of success, maybe it's just a few steps towards where we are, then the energy wanes. And then we start it up again. 28 and a half days, 29 days, the cycle. Okay? So, for the full cycle of the moon. So, bring out the High Priestess. And you got some strong cards here. Okay? Major Arcana. She's your guide. Cancer moon energy. Seeker of Feathers. Okay? This is communication, but this is communication of spiritual knowledge. It's the spiritual intellect. We want to understand it. And then Seeker of Feathers would be the equivalent to the Page of Air. And then, of course, we have the One of Lotus. Okay, expansion, growth. Look at the card. Everything's becoming one. And for you connecting with loved ones, that energy will come to you. I think when you move in a direction of being a channeler, it's an energy that comes with the person, but I think spiritually you need to also understand where this energy is coming from. There are many people that say, I don't know, I have a gift. I don't know how I got this. I just do it. I explain, I translate, I interpret, and I just do it. But I think to really understand yourself, you need to know why. Where is it coming from? Okay. So do some work, do some spiritual work, okay? And see where this energy goes. Please connect with this moon in Cancer right now. The moon, Mercury, and Venus all in Cancer right now. Okay, we're not in the sun sign of Cancer. That'll be July 13th, 14th. We're now the sun in Gemini, but it's a form of communication in the physical plane. But here with the Cancer moon, Mercury, and Venus, we're doing communication more inside. Okay, so explore that. Okay, yeah. Don't force yourself, but let it happen naturally. Okay, thank you so much, Brandy. Gloria, let me know if you're here. Just give me a sign, let me know that you're here, and then I will take your question. Okay. Okay. And those who are watching, listening, I appreciate it. Okay, Gloria, thank you for being here. Okay, so let me see here. Gloria, I'm trying to see. Ever since my sister Tammy has, my daughter and I have been homeless. Okay, what's the focus, Gloria? What's the focus on the reading? What would you like me to focus on? I don't do anything predictive, okay, and nothing third party. Okay, third parties are when you're asking about someone else. The reading needs to be about you. Okay. So let me know. Guidance, we need to be a little bit more specific. General guidance, guidance about a certain situation. Let me know. Okay. And she will be the last reading. I think I'm gonna read with this deck here. Okay, so I can't answer that question. Okay, because that is something predictive. You're asking me if you want to go back to a particular person. That is a predictive question. But what I will do is let's just do an overall guidance. Just see what work you need to focus on the most. Okay? Let me know if that's fine. Just type yes or no, or if you want me to focus on something else, I will. Okay. You appreciate it. Yes. Okay. Okay, Gloria. Okay. Stand strong. Breathe. We all go through our different stages in life. Wondering when are we going to get a break, one thing after another, and you're just trying to keep up with yourself. Or keep up with things, not even keeping up with yourself. Okay. Let's see where we can go here. Okay. I'm just going to do top, middle, and bottom cards. The middle card is the focus of the energy, and the other two cards are what support it. I got double fire and a really wonderful major arcana card. And this is the middle card. This card that I'm going to show you is your focus. Okay, are you ready to be knocked off your feet, Gloria? Okay. I want you to look at this card very carefully. So very interesting, we had the High Priestess. Now we have the Shaman. Okay. So this card, Gloria, it's ruled by the sign of Taurus. The Shaman is an individual who has shape-shifted spiritually based on experiences that has occurred to this person in the world. This comes from personal life issues, good and bad, people that they interact with, people that they meet, have conversations with, people who challenge them, anger them, people who've loved them, make them feel happy. There is so much to learn from the shaman. Okay. And I almost want to say, Gloria, this card could potentially be you if you do some work. Okay. Because we all grow with life experiences for the most part, whether it's good or bad. Okay. But we need to understand that when these experiences happen, they're lessons. They're great lessons, they're bad lessons. When there's a series of bad things that happen, like, again, why is this happening? Okay. We may not find the answer immediately, but if you really look back and see patterns that have happened in your life and the changes that you've gone from them. I mean, look at this. We're all almost seeing something generational, from one ancestor to another. The shaman is the healer, but also the self-healer. This is an individual who has understood and grown from experiences and has manifested a new sense of themselves, a higher sense of themselves. Okay. And we see this with people who, they go through such a traumatic time and they're given a second chance, they're given like another lease on life, an opportunity to make changes for the better. What are you going to do, Gloria? Okay. No one's going to help you out of this situation. You need to start making changes. Okay. We need to grow. Okay. And the shaman is this guide of this energy of, like, you could be weak, you could be at your lowest low. So there's only two options. You're either going to stay at that lowest low and just fester and not have any change, not have anything happen. Or how bad do you want this? Or do you want to start getting rid of this patterns, whatever, and start doing something about it? I don't know you. You said you're homeless. I don't know if you have income or whatnot. What are you going to do to survive? To see what the potential outcome can be. There's going to be sacrifices to get to this point. When you sacrifice, you're opening up things for something better to happen, for change, the shape shifting. Okay. Look at this other card here. We got fire energy. 6 of fire, inspiration. Okay. Your potential for growth is there. I don't need any card to tell you this, but this card backs it up. Okay. Where do you find inspiration? What do you find inspiration in? Okay. Like I said, if you feel you're at your lowest low, where do you find inspiration coming from the most? What can move you? What can motivate you? That's what fire is about. Fire is about motivation, right? I don't want to be in this place anymore. I want to go. Your daughter's music. That just hit my heart. Okay? Your daughter's music. Okay? That's a form of fire because that's movement and that's creative movement. When you surround yourself with something that inspires you, that inspiration starts fueling inside and you start feeling different, maybe a little bit better about the situation. And then things start becoming a little bit more creative. You start doing things differently. Okay? And I want you to look at all of these resources. We have different cultures in this card, different belief systems. I look down here in the bottom, we have a goddess, but look what's in the middle. We have the sun. Okay, the sun is a vitality. It is a life force. Okay, so we're going to utilize that creativity, that inspiration from your daughter's music, and we're going to put it into something that will fuel you to get out of this this situation, it may change. Fire is always changing. It's always moving. Okay. Look at this other card that I got here for you. One of fire. Honey, I can't say this any clearer, but look at this. Okay. There's something with the guides. If you look within yourself, okay, I think spiritually you're going to shift in a great way, and you're going to see the life force. You're going to find this motivation, this inspiration, this way of doing things, and you're going to go with it. This is, I mean, the ace, the one of fire, creativity. This is very strong. This is very, very strong energy. I mean, look at it. It's the fiery colors behind this cobra is just right behind it, right behind the snake. It's inspiring, it's motivating it, it's supporting it. Okay. Take it one step at a time. You're not going to get your answers overnight. This is going to take time. Okay. You can use the music from your daughter as a motivation force for this shaman experience. Moving forward and having a sense of strength and belief in yourself. Okay. And stick strong with it, because you got fire here. I mean, this card, just like right off the bat. Okay, Gloria? But find the inspiration. Start there. Okay. Where does it take you? And it should grow. Be open. There'll be moments of fear, which is understandable. But don't let that fear extinguish this. This is potential waiting. Okay? So the shaman's also the Hierophant, or the high priest, ruled by Taurus. Taurus is earthy. It's of value, things that have great importance to them. It's, again, earthy energy, foundation. We got our 6 and our 1 of fire, creativity and inspiration. Okay. Okay, well, here we have to change that energy of fear. Okay, that's a movement. Energy, fear, or I'm sorry, fear. That's energy. That's movement. We need to turn that around to something positive. That's what I'm saying. That when it comes to the music, use resources that lessens that energy of fear and amplifies the feeling of good. Okay. We need to be in a place that we feel stable and secure so that we can move forward. If we're walking around like this, stumbling on blocks, it's going to be a slow process and probably never get to where we want to be. So we need to turn that energy around. Okay. And it's possible. Think about the times that maybe you were in situations that were just like, wow, but you came out of it. Go get it, Spirit. And so, yes. So think about it like that. This is something that seems to be reoccurring recently with people when I'm saying turn that negative energy into something positive. Okay. Start by playing your daughter's music. Okay. And I should be looking here, and I'm not. I'm looking at my computer because I'm using that as a monitor to gauge how everything is. Okay. You're welcome, Gloria. You are so welcome. Okay, so the shaman, 1 of fire and 6 of fire. Okay. Find strength and belief in things that are around you. Okay. because anything's possible. It's just the work that needs to be done to get there. Okay. All righty. I am 10 minutes to 8. I'm done with readings. I feel this is as far as I can go. So I'm listening to this Moon and Cancer energy for this. And this was fun. It was great to be back. I got to look over here. I won't do this camera setup anymore. It's just like I want to look at myself looking at the camera, or I don't know. It's too nutty. Did anyone have any questions outside of readings for me? I touched upon earlier about some things that I'm doing this summer. I'm going to be, what time is it? It's 8. I'm going to try and record a video so I can get it ready to post on YouTube. I have another day off tomorrow. So I want to try and record some content so it's already out there, and I can start touching base with people again and let them know I didn't disappear. I just need people to be patient. And I did say a while ago that I'm running this channel intuitively, in the sense that I will create content not on a regular basis, but more on when I feel I'm ready to do so. Because I feel it's more natural that way, and it's more real, and I don't feel so much pressure. I don't work from home, so I'm hoping to change that. I've been saying that for the last 4 years. I want to do more readings at home, and earn a way of living that way. It's going to take time, but this summer, what I want to do, hey Spirit, this summer, you want to say hi? I'm sorry. Those who are watching, everyone, this is my beautiful feline companion, Spirit. He's 6 years old. Oh, we gotta look this way. There we go. And we've been growing a little bit closer together in the last couple of months. Okay, just stand there, will you? So I can't see what everyone's saying. Oh, Lord. Okay. Gloria, we will keep you in your prayers and meditation. Okay. Stay strong. Okay. My subscribers, and it seems like the ones that do watch my channel, they're good people. We support each other, and there's no bashing or anything like that. We're opinionated, but there's no finger pointing or anything like that. And thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Steve, for this. Yes, Spirit, the Sphinx. So yeah, for the summer until the end of the year, I do want to think about the name. I still have my business cards, but that's okay. And my practice is shifting, and I'm going to be focusing more on the esoterics of the tarot. So that may put some people off from this channel. I'll still do readings, but the decks that I'll be working with, for example, the Tabula Mundi, which I'm still practicing and still dissecting with, probably right up to the time that the Telos Tarot comes in. I'll be working more with those decks, but still incorporating the decans, the planets, the signs. And that's the other thing, the content that I want to keep working on. And I started this, I think, about a year ago, and I never finished it, is to go through the planets. I've gone through the signs, the meanings of the signs. You have to look back in my archive of tarot content that I have, and I have it all categorized. But I want to go through the planets. I'll go through all 10 planets, and I think I'm going to work specifically with the planets with the Tabula Mundi, because of its association with the decans, and it being a Thoth Thalamite deck. So there's more meanings to explore with that. So I'll probably work with that deck and maybe one or two other ones when creating that content. So with that being said, we're almost 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Nancy. Let's see here. You are welcome. It's great to see you. You know, Emerald Buddha, thank you. Look at those. Look at her go. I love that. Those are so beautiful. Thank you for being here and listening, each and every one of you, and for the new subscribers. Thank you. You know, please stay with me during this journey. I've heard that some people have been having issues with YouTube, I guess with the algorithm. You know, it's social media. You don't fight it. Just do your content and let it go. Okay, whatever comes to you will come to you. And if you have some stragglers along the way, then, you know, you just deal with it. Okay, I think that's it. That will be a wrap. I'm sorry, didn't mean to scare you. So Spirit's Tale, I'm sorry, Spirit. So Spirit's Tale will just say goodbye. I will say bye. And I'll have at least one video up this week where at least I'll work with the planets and or start working with the second or third part of the Tabula Mundi, working with the minor arcana and or the court cards. Okay, so that's it. I only got one more day off, and then it's back to the grind. Keep in touch, everyone. Like, subscribe, let people know about this channel. And for those who donated, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And feel free to reach out to me. I have a website, Instagram. I do readings. If you want to book a reading, you could book it through the website, all in the description of this episode. Okay, I will be back again to do live readings. I just don't know when, but hopefully sooner than later. Thank you, everyone. That's the fifth time I've probably said thank you. Have a wonderful night, week. I will see you all again soon.